So guys, I have the Google Pixel 3 and the iPhone XS Max. So what I wanted to do in this video is just try out night sight mode on the Google Pixel 3. What that does is you just hold the camera really still in the dark. It takes a ton of exposures and like HDR shots, and it just works magic and makes a pretty decent low light shot. I'm really pushing the Pixel to the next level. I'm outside at midnight taking these pictures, so it is super dark. The only light there is from the street lights and the lights of my house. I think some of the shots actually turn out really good in the Pixel's favor. So let's get started. So the first picture, the Pixel definitely does look better overall. The night sight mode kind of struggles if there's a light in the background though of your subject. So the car really didn't get lit up, but in comparison to the iPhone, there's a lot more data. Also, the truck in the background has a lot more color as well. The grass has more color. The sidewalk is more visible. Neither of the pictures are good, but the Google Pixel produces a much better result. Okay, next one is just of the car from a different angle. This way, I don't have a very bright light source right behind it. Here is miles better. So the black car is hard to take a picture of at night, but with the Google Pixel, you can see pretty much the whole car. You can even see the blue in the sky, whereas the iPhone, there's literally no data in the sky at all that's visible. And then here is a picture of a rose just lit up by the light of my house. Again, much more color in the Google Pixel, very dark, not much color in the iPhone. And here is a picture of a little toadstool thingamajig. The iPhone isn't that bad, but the Google Pixel just has better color again. I can pretty much say the same thing over and over. Here is a really drastic picture. So I stood in the middle of the road. You can see the color in the sky is really lit up. It even captures the stars, which is crazy. The road is pretty visible, whereas the iPhone, very dark, can't see much. I guess the only way that the iPhone would win in this regard, the Google Pixel does put a lot of noise to make this photo usable. Especially if you blow the picture up, it looks pretty bad, but if you just want a picture in the dark, this is a good option. And then here's just another one, except this time we're in the sidewalk. And again, it's literally night and day difference. It's still insane to look at. Here is a picture of just the light. Now this is where the night sight mode really doesn't make sense. So if you're taking a picture of a lit subject at night and you don't really care about anything else, I really prefer the iPhone in this regard. The Google Pixel just made the color kind of weird. And then here I just did a little test. It's a light that's hanging and I actually just hit it. So with the Google Pixel night sight mode, if there's objects that are moving, it will not work because it's trying to slow the shutter, take multiple shots. It's not going to work. Whereas the iPhone did an okay job because it's not that type of mode. Here is, I can't even tell if this is the same picture. Yeah, I guess it is. So here's a picture of my backyard. I had to zoom in to make sure this was the same picture because it's crazy. The iPhone can't really see much at all but the moon, whereas on the Google Pixel, you can see the trees and everything. It's pretty crazy. Here is a picture of my door. This is just one thing I want to point out. So the iPhone picture doesn't really look very good, but at least it's in focus. With the Google Pixel with night sight mode, it does struggle using autofocus, so you can do that manually, so just keep that in mind. If things are far away, it's probably going to be okay, but if stuff is close up, it's going to have a hard time. So just remember, cameras don't really autofocus well in low light regardless of the mode. And here is a picture of some cars moving. It did an okay job with the car moving. The Google Pixel didn't really create any type of blur. The iPhone actually blurred more and it's much darker. Here's a picture of my shed. Google Pixel, you can see the shed, and the iPhone, you literally cannot see anything. I'm trying to tell if this is even the shed because it's completely pitch black. Here is just another example of just like a light source. They're pretty similar, but the Google Pixel does capture a little bit more data. So this is a selfie taken like in pitch black. I can't even like see myself at all in the iPhone, I don't think. But the Google Pixel, at least I'm somewhat visible. This was complete darkness, like in my backyard. Here's a picture of some palm trees in my front yard, and as you can see, like the house is very lit up on the Google Pixel, the sky's more lit up, just the trees are more lit up. Here's another example where the Google Pixel is having trouble focusing on the subject because it's so dark. The iPhone, you can see, is just super dark, but the Google Pixel isn't focused either, so they're both bad shots. But you can adjust it. You can just set the focusing to manual and then change it to a far distance, and it does look better. Here is a plant. Both pretty good shots from first glance, but the Google Pixel does look a lot more crisp, more color, just a better overall picture. And here's a selfie where I have my front porch light like right in front of me. Ugh, like I almost want to give it to the iPhone, but I don't know. What do you think? Maybe the Google Pixel. Here's a picture of a little butterfly figurine. Again, I think the Google Pixel looks better. The color is like a little bit like too white for me though. Like I would probably adjust that. Here's a little toadstool. Again, Google Pixel wins, more color. The greens are greener. The toadstool is redder, more data. Here's a tree, same thing. Greens are greener. The mulch is redder, true to life. More data in the yard. This one is crazy. Like I thought, this one like made me shook. So what the Google Night Sight mode does, I feel it captures, it doesn't really capture good, like perfect pictures. They're gonna be like, they're gonna be semi-blurry, they're gonna be a little grainy, like really grainy, if it's really, really, really dark. But what it does really well, it just pulls color out. So look at this fire hydrant, it is insane. Like the color that came out in the fire hydrant, the data of the yard and the trees in the background and the grass, whereas the iPhone's like nothing. And I even wanted to take it, closer, so I did that. And still, like, there's so much color in the fire hydrant. It's pretty amazing. And then here, I wanted to kind of experiment with a sign that is reflective. I thought maybe using night sight mode, the reflective nature of the sign would produce even more light for the camera to pick up. And I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but you can clearly see the night sight mode does work a lot better in this as well. Here is me being stupid and in the road, just taking a picture of a car coming right at me. Again, just better in all regards for the Google Pixel. And here's just a photo of a light, a brake light of a car. Google Pixel just looks like a better photo to me. iPhone's kind of blurry, had a hard time focusing. And here is a leaf, just from a tree. Again, Google Pixel, better color, better data. And this is where the selfies are a little bit better. So this is like moderate light. So the light isn't near me as close as the previous selfie. The Google Pixel, this is a really good example. It's still really low light, but there's enough light for the Google Pixel to use, and it makes a big difference. So if it's like good light, night sight mode's kind of bad, but if it's low light, low to like no light, then it really just shines. Here's a picture of our Thanksgiving table setup. You can see the light outside kind of creates issues for it, but again, like the Google Pixel looks so much better. So guys, there you go. What do you think about the night sight mode? So just keep in mind, these were taken at midnight, so they are going to not look perfect, but you can just tell the Google Pixel really brings out a lot of color and more data compared to the iPhone that doesn't have that type of mode. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 80,000 subscribers. We're almost there. So just hit that subscribe and like button if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.